Hello everyone, thank you for coming for this channeled messages. All right, they came in as a form of downloads. All right, so I'm also inviting Divine God Tove to be here. He might have messages for you at the end of me telling you this divine messages. This is for everybody. And before you understand this message, I need you to know exactly what sign your Mercury is in. Okay, this is for your Mercury sign, and this message is all about how your thinking process happens. Some of you may have had your Mercury's in the retrograde position at your birth, and that simply means that you overthink things and you do things double than the average person, and in a way you think backwards. So instead of looking at a situation forward, you would go backwards to get to the beginning of the situation to understand it, and that is a good thing. I feel like, yes, you are slower to making decisions on your feet, and you overthink things, and you may think over things longer than the average person, but I feel that gives you an advantage to make better decisions. And what's the rush? The only disadvantage is that when you need to make a decision now, you may be second guessing yourself. Okay, so it's highly essential for you to know where your Mercury sign is. Most of the time, the Mercury sign almost is almost like either in the next sign or always near the sun. So most of you will have your Mercury sign as the same sign of your sun sign. So for instance, if you are a Gemini, you may have your Mercury in the same sign of Gemini, because the Mercury, the planet, literally sits next to the sun most of the time. It may be in a different sign sometimes, it may be in a different house or whatever, but yeah, so you need to check that, and so you can have understanding. So basically the channel message was about how we taking charge of our mind. Part of it is understanding how the mind processes information through the way we think, and this can be seen through the signs in which what Mercury is in when we're born. So for instance, if your Mercury sign is in the fire signs, then ideally you'll be someone that would be thinking whilst you're doing something. So even when you're actively doing something, that's when you're thinking about it. You are going to do things, touching it, actually in the midst of doing it, that's when thoughts are coming. That's when you're thinking through it. So you are going to think and get messages and have understanding of what you want to do when your hands is in what you're doing. You're a doer, so you are doing and thinking. Expression, you think through expression. So sometimes you don't know what your idea is going to be, and I feel like the fire signs are one of the quick people to take actions and to do things without thinking, like the average knowledge that we all know. And that is because a fire sign is someone, which is the Aries, Leo, or Sag, is someone that would have to be doing it, and that is when the thinking is happening. It's happening through actions. Okay, so you knowing this about yourself, if any of your thinking, any of you are Mercury in any of the fire signs, then you have to stop trying to plan things all the time. You have to stop trying to think and make decisions before you do stuff. What you need to do is just go. If you felt like today you wanna go do something, go do it, and allow yourself to think through what you're doing whilst you're doing it, instead of sitting here spending time. You're not the planner. You have to act very spontaneous all the time. If it's a creative project, you have to do them, and as you do them, the magic happens. The thinking sets in. Your mind gives you the answers, the clues. What you're trying to understand will all come whilst you are engaged in it. It's almost a ritual for you to do that. That is how you have to think. If you want to know answers to stuff, you have to get into an actionable position pertaining to whatever it is you're trying to understand. So in other words, let's say you want to understand how somebody feels about you. For you, a fire sign or a fire Mercury sign, you have to definitely go and sit in front of the person, start talking to them. And through the conversation, you would understand and you will get the messages coming to you and how you think. You understand what I'm saying? If you are air sign, you are all in your head. You think. Everything comes in thoughts when you are isolated and when you're thinking about things. Sometimes just using your breath will help you. Okay? With the fire Mercuries, you can focus. Besides talking to the person and doing stuff, when you gaze into fire and your mind focuses, you'll be able to channel yourself into thinking. I almost forgot that. So with the air signs, obviously, is in being outside, taking in deep breaths, if you want to get into your mind and focus on something. But besides that, you're somebody that should be reading. If you're reading, you're thinking. That will help you to think and to understand and to break down what your mind is trying to tell you. That's how you tap in. Also through sound, so chanting and listening to certain sounds. The message that your mind is trying to give you, the thoughts that your mind is trying to make clear to you will come through the music. It will come through what somebody is saying to you. It will come through words, language. People will speak it. You will hear it. All right. Your audience will become clearer. But definitely you need to understand that you think through hearing. You think through literally giving your mind a space so you can hear. So someone like you, like I said, all these other elements that I gave you, besides that, you're someone that should just be able to just sit down, ask yourself a question and listen. And that's how you're thinking. You think the average and the normal and the most direct way by just listening to your mind, asking yourself questions and sitting down and listening, or allowing things to come from words, people talking. That's how you think. You think through talking. Sometimes you need to start talking, and as you're talking, your mind is giving you solutions. All right? So understand that it's going to come through language, sound. That is the way your mind thinks. That's how you process information. That's how you're going to hear yourself thinking. Through thinking, literally for you, by tuning into your mind and literally listening. For you Geminis, pertaining to you, writing. When you're writing, you're thinking. Your mind is connected to your hands. It's telling you the answers. It's telling you what you're thinking. It's telling you what you don't understand. It's coming. You're writing it down. For the Aquarians, you go watch the news and your answers come. You're sitting there in a discussion with people and you're thinking through them what everybody is saying. In a way, you have to learn how to listen to everybody, because your messages and your thinking style involves everybody's mind. So besides listening and talking in group settings, one way is for you to practice this mantra, which connects you to the universal mind through meditation, and you literally saying, divine, universe, what do I need to know? Tapping into what is going on mentally, universally through meditation. So meditation is very powerful for you as well. But also breathing in and just, like you guys can talk to anybody and get what you're trying to think through people even speaking it to you, my Aquarians. Libras, to be more specific with you guys, if you're Libra, your Mercury is in Libra, then a lot of it is going to come from you studying people around you, people's body language. You think through how people are behaving around you, how people are projecting and saying and feeling around you. In that moment, you are tapped into your mind's power. So what happens? then you start to see what you are not seeing. You start thinking about what you need to know about yourself. So it's almost like you think through somebody very close to you, next to you. The more one-on-one discussion you have with someone, watching them, the more you are thinking. So if you want to have solutions to your actions, solutions to decisions, solutions to understanding you, then start paying attention to someone close to you, because your mind can speak through someone to you, very close to you, one-on-one discussion. Or you think like the air too. Maybe the more you ask about someone, the more you understand you. Learning yourself through somebody else. You can see yourself through somebody because you're thinking through them. By paying attention to this person's needs and what they are saying, you start to understand you. It's also gonna come in a form of feeling to you, my Libras. You will get into a thinking mode when you're feeling a lot outside of yourself. Like it comes, the messages and the thinking thought process can be tuned in when you start paying attention to something else other than just yourself. That's how I can explain it. I don't know how else to, like, you can also do that through comparison, like comparing yourself with someone that, let's say you want to understand marriage. Find someone that you respect about, or that is married that you respect. Go talk to them. It will help you to understand you. That's one simple thing you can do. But you can also watch them, compare yourself to them, and that will dive you straight into your thinking mind, and that will help you to understand. And also, like, one clue to understand you, to know how you think, is to always think, is this right? Is this fair? What I'm gonna do? If you ask yourself those questions, is this right? Is this fair? What I'm gonna do? Will it help me? How would I feel? How would they feel? That will take you straight into your mind's eye, and it will open doors for you to really, like, understand what you're trying to understand about yourself. You are one of those people that you can use your spirit guide and your own soul and become like, your best friend is your soul, where you literally talk to your soul as if it's come out of you and it's sitting there. And instead of looking at other people or trying to think through other people, you have a special advantage of pulling your own soul out, projecting out of yourself, and sitting there and having conversations with yourself. And that is how you're going to gain clarity. If you don't want to use other people because you don't trust the people, you are the one that can literally project your soul, see yourself talking to yourself, and that's how you think. All right, through projection. So with the air signs, you got it right. It's kind of almost coming through sound, through other people, one-on-one groups. For you as how do you call it, Aquarians, you guys can also tap into alien intelligence, Aquarians, to help you to think. You can think like an alien, somebody outside of the situation, outside the box, and that will open up your thinking. If a situation is on ground for you, quickly analyze through what everybody else will think real quick. You see the scenario from everybody, right? That's how you think. That's your thinking style. But you can shift even higher into spiritual realms by thinking about other star systems and pulling yourself into that vibration and seeing how they will think. And when you pull yourself out of the human structure, then your mind will go to higher consciousness, and you can actually invite other deities in, and they will help you to think. And as soon as they all come in and other entities come in, your mind is, connected to the all, right, to other hemispheres. So that's how you think, right? If I were you, I'll make decisions with other star systems. That's how I'll think, and I'll always come up with the ideas. That's why you guys are innovative and inventive. I'll come up with ideas that nobody around me knows, because you have to always step above that, right? And that's how you think. You think, oh, when you're trying to make decisions and you're trying to understand stuff, you think through everybody's mind. You do that quickly, very easily, Aquarians. You know, Aquarian Mercury signs. So I got the air and the whatchamacallit. Let's go to water. Water is all about emotions. How are you feeling? If you want to dive into how you are thinking, your thinking process comes in emotions. So if you're happy and you want to understand what's behind your happiness, you just, when you are in that emotional state, you just dive into it and just start like understanding the way your mind is working. How did you get here? How did you feel happy? What stepped into, what happened that set you in here? Then you understand the reason behind your happiness. So use the emotions to understand your thinking style, right? To understand what is going on in your life and to make decisions and gain clarity. Use your emotions. So if you're sad, you can use that to dive into your mind, and that will take you deep into the understanding. Going to the water, into water bodies, taking a shower would connect you directly to your mind and your psychic mind and everything, and you would start to gain clarity and you would tap into it. You don't always have to sit down and meditate, but meditation is good for every one of us. But yours, you can even drink water, and as you drink water and you allow yourself to marinate in drinking that water, you can get thoughts just by that action. Water does it for you, but it's the emotions. It's the emotions. What do I feel? What is going on with me? You are thinking when you are doing something connected to your emotions. So what are you feeling? What state of being are you in? That is your thinking style. Obviously, you're constantly conscious of something, but I'm talking about understanding your thinking style and using that to control your life and to make decisions and to stand firm on yourself. You're Cancer, you have to use your home. How does it feel in your home today? How's your kids behaving towards you? What are they saying to you? That can help you tap into your mind and get you into a thinking space of gaining understanding of what your mind is trying to portray to you through these things. What's going on in your home, what's going on in your kids. Your water breaks, then it means that you are emotionally out of balance and your mind has been trying to tell you and you're not thinking, you're not seeing it, so something goes off. So understand that it's emotions that get you in your thinking style. So tap into that, you know. Using your emotions is the way in for you, my water signs. Pisces, you just need to go and sleep. You think in your dream state. So if I were you, I'll ask myself a question, go to sleep, I'll get the answer in my dreaming, especially those of you who are spiritually awoke. But you think when you are sleep. Your subconscious mind and your soul and spirits talk to you in dreams. That's how you think. That's literally how you think. And physically you fantasize. So you are the one that's supposed to sit there and daydream. Whilst you're daydreaming and fantasizing and picturing things, you are thinking. That's how you think. So you want to get clarity, you want to have understanding of what's going on with you, make decisions, blah blah blah. Go fantasize about it, daydream about it, or literally ask yourself, get into meditation, ask yourself, go to sleep and let your subconscious show you in dream state. That's how you think. Understand that, Pisces. Scorpios, you think by looking at what started the whole thing. What started this? What is the genesis of this situation? By looking at the root of the situation. From beginning to end, you will start to see. It will start unraveling in your mind. Anytime you want to get into thinking spheres, you always go behind the scenes. You are one of those people that can do a ritual literally, like light a candle do a ritual to have understanding and to get into a thinking, and you, as you light the candle and you're doing the ritual, you are thinking. That's your thinking style. Get into some form of investigation, reading the book to get to the bottom of something, then your thinking flows. Then your message is coming. Then you are channeling because you started to explore. Everything starts to pop up on your screen. The answers are coming because you start digging. Because you start digging into the what? The root of the issue. Once you understand that, you get answers and you think through the beginning of things and through the depths of things and through what is hidden and what is behind the scene, you would always be in tune with it. You always be in tune with your mind and your thinking style. That's how you make decisions. Why does this person want me? What do they truly need? What are they trying to get from me? What is that true intention? You've delved into your mind already. This is how your thinking works. By looking behind what is going on through your emotions, obviously, how you feel about them, how they make you feel, how they behave in, your emotions, the one that you're not trying to see. When you're by yourself, you ask, why am I sad? Why do I feel tired? Then you're delving into communicating and thinking about yourself. It is the way in, and obviously spiritual practices. So you are the typical person that can think through meditation, because when you are in meditation, you are tapping into behind the scenes, seeing what you're not seeing, what you're not conscious of, and that is the job of Scorpio Mercury. That's how their mind works. So you guys are the one that will get revelations through meditation. So your thinking style spiritually is definitely meditation. Go sit down, meditate, open your third eye, and let your third eye do the work for you, showing you the true intentions behind the situation. That is how you think. So if I were you, if I was a Scorpio Mercury Scorpio, I'll just meditate to think. That's when I think. That's when I spend time to understand. That's when I use my brain. It will be through meditation. No two ways about it. Definitely working with your third eye, for sure. Pisces, you're connected to the crown. So allowing your soul and the spirit guides to talk to you through dreams is the way you think. That's how you think. You think through spirit. You think through spiritual practices, dreaming, allowing yourself to astral travel, allowing yourself to astral project, allowing yourself to talk to the ghosts and not being scared, seeing the spirits around you and being comfortable with that. They help you to think. That's how you think. You think through spirit. You think through forgetting about your physical being and becoming spirit, and that is the hangman energy. So I think I talked about air signs, fire signs, water signs. Now let's go through the earth. Your thinking style is all coming through when you start to think about your material comforts. Anytime you want to understand the way your mind works, it's going to come through your work. What are you doing that's going to bring you money? What are you doing that's bringing you stability? What are you doing that is making you feel connected to earth? That's how you think. You don't see anything, you don't think through anything but in practical ways. Your thinking has nothing to do with what spirit is coming to do. Your thinking is all about what am I doing so I can survive. That's how your thinking is. So you think through finding practical solutions and practical way of taking actions, which is earthly bound, right? So you can ground yourself and allow yourself to listen to Mother Earth on the right jobs or the right things to do to bring you stability. Either way, all you care about is how you're going to be okay, how you're going to take care and preserve yourself, your health, your body, how people see you, your status in life. That is the core essence of your thinking. So your thinking style is going to come through the jobs you're doing when you are actually actively working or thinking about what's going to bring stability, or how Mother Earth is being misused on a spiritual way and a spiritual spectrum, taking care of the plants and all that. You connect with them, you go sit by the tree, they give you ideas of how to sustain, so you connect through nature. So when you are around nature, you can think clearly about what you need to sustain you in the physical body. You go there to ground your spiritual ideas, and I'm not saying you're not spiritual. What I'm saying is you go there to find practical solutions through thinking about what must be done on the physical level. So your thinking style is, I need to go apply for that job. That's how you think. You get a lot of answers to your thought confusions through talking at even being at your job, when you're working on something. Literally talking to people, being around nature, connecting with the trees, the plants, the animals. You can talk things out and make decisions and think with the animals, your animal spirit. It will work highly for you. Tree spirits, butterflies, allowing all of it to help you think. When you start paying attention to nature, you have connected to your power of your mind, okay? Especially like eating healthy and connecting with organic foods. All that is your thinking style. When you do those things, organic things, and being very down to earth, and not being afraid to walk barefooted, and just allowing yourself to be very natural, not artificial. Don't go putting fake stuff in your body and expect to be very natural connected to earth. Earth is about natural, organic, authentic you. You're the ones that can connect to Divine Mother quickly than the average person. Through nature, literally taking care of the floor that you're stepping on. Not putting filth, always cleaning your surroundings. Don't drop your stuff on the floor. You literally are connected to the physical earth. Put your hands on the ground and gain clarity. Connect like that. Your feet on the ground, lay on the floor, on the sand, not with a cloth in between, and naked. If you really want to think, once you are connected to something earth, like holding a gemstone, you are thinking gemstone. You can think that way. Earth signs. Virgos, when you're cooking organic food, you can connect, and that's when you're thinking. When you're eating, you're thinking. It's a way to get you into the thinking. Your ideas will come when you're doing stuff that are connected to natural stuff. Capricorns, it's coming through status. So every time you sit down and you lean back on the tree, relax, and okay, where am I going? How do I want people to see me? You've tapped into what? Your thinking process. And right then and then, your soul's taking charge, and you're able to see clearly what you need to do, how you're gonna get there. You think that way. That's how you think. You don't have time to sit there and discuss, and you are not even going to engage with people when they're talking to you about anything other than where you are headed in life. So understand your group. If you're trying to think and get ahead, think with people in that people who are thinking in that sector, and you would gain more understanding and clarity of yourself and where you're going. That's your thinking style. You think through where you're going in life, your life purpose too, where you're standing in life, and being in alignment with that. You guys will gain a lot of mental connection when you think about your purpose in life. And that is how you just drift into thinking. For you, the Leos, I want to be specific about something. For you, Leos, the sun gazing is a way you think. So this goes for every other sign as well. The way your Mercury works, you also need to be talking to your star. So if your Mercury is in a sun sign, you need to talk to what? The sun. and ask questions, and it will help you to think and see things clearly. Talk to the planets, the spirits of the planets that, you know, I mean, Mercury, which is what in the sign, right? But literally, like, I just want to say, for you, the Leos, the sun will talk to you. The sun will help you to think. For you, the Cancers, the moon will help you to think. The moon is the way you think. So also dreaming is the way your soul communicates with you, your mind communicates with you. Moon gazing, think through watching the moon, and you will gain understanding and connect with your mind. So I think that I've gone through everything with you guys. And also with you, the Capricorns, talk to people who have higher status in life. The more you talk to people who are directors, administrators, the more you will think. The more, that's your thinking style, the more you would understand yourself. Okay, so understand your thinking style. Know how to connect to your mind through the elements, through the planets, and through understanding how you think and who you need to be conversating with. You can't be a water sign and always sitting there trying to talk instead of feeling what your mind is saying to you. This will also help you develop your psychic abilities, because your psychic abilities is connected to your minds, all of your different compartments of your mind, right? So understanding the way your mind works is understanding the way your psychic power works, and how you'll be getting information and being receptive to understanding spirit. Okay, so this is all that I have for you guys today. I think I've talked extensively about understanding the way your mind processes information and how you connect. Okay, so I will definitely talk to you all soon. Thank you, and bye.